Hello there everybody and welcome to another guide video, this time for Decidueye. I've been playing quite a bit, in practice to be honest. With this Pokemon to test a whole bunch of things, and I think I've got some good insights for you here today. So we're going to go through a couple things. First, I'm going to show you all the moves. You can skip ahead, by the way, down in the bottom or using the slide bar. But I'm going to show you all the moves first and talk about the moves, the base damage of those moves, and the stats. Then we're going to go ahead and get into some practice rounds. I'm going to show you the moves and explain to you a little bit of the mechanics that I think are very important to understand with this Pokemon. There's two main ways of building, I think, here that we're going to see, kind of increasing and decreasing popularity over time. Then I'm going to tell you the undeniably best items for this Pokemon at this time. And followed by that, I'm actually going to not play the Pokemon for you today. I'm actually going to spectate a high Masters game, which will probably have two of them, and we'll learn twice as many things. So that's what the plan is. You can skip around down below using the description, or also the bar, which is the thing that tells the time. And let's get into it. Alright, first things first. How do you say this Pokemon's name? Decidueye. There you go. That's how you say it. Super, super, super cute owl. I freaking love the I don't know what the baby's called, but he's so freaking adorable. Anyway, intermediate, I don't know about that. Ranged attacker, physical attacker, a lot of fun. I can tell this is going to be a really, really fun Pokemon to play over a long period of time. So, all right, the ability, the passive, right? Long reach. By the way, it's a 10,000 AOS coin, not 8,000. Long Reach deals increased damage to distant opposing Pokemon. The further you are away, the more damage you deal. This is important. This is very important. And it's really going to dictate kind of how you're going to play this Pokemon in the long run, right? All right. Now, basic attack. Increases the speed of basic attacks for a short time after one hits. This effect can stack, and with every third activation of this effect, basic attacks become boosted attacks for a short time. These boosted attacks fire more quills, but the damage dealt by each quill is decreased. At level 15, it's 450. So you don't really have so much to say boosted attacks, but it's like you stack up a passive to your attack, and then you start shooting out multiple damaging attacks every single time you're autoing. It's really pretty strong, and it really kind of makes me feel like an attack speed is a very viable option here. But it does definitely dictate kind of how you go through your build path. So your first ability is going to be Leafage. It upgrades to level 7, which means you really have it for quite a bit of time. Pelts leaves in the designated direction, dealing damage to opposing Pokemon hit by them. For a short time after using this move, the user's attack and attack speed are increased. It doesn't do a ton of damage. It doesn't have the base here. I think that it's a couple hundred when you start off. It doesn't do a lot of damage. What's important to know, though, is that it looks like it shoots out 3 different lines, but the whole area takes damage, even if one of the lines doesn't hit him. It's a little bit deceiving that way. All right, you can then upgrade that to either, at level 7, to either Razor Leaf or Leaf Storm. Razor Leaf summons Whirling Razor Leaves for a short time after using this move. The user's attack and basic attack speed are increased. In addition, the user's basic attacks can target multiple opposing Pokemon for a short time. Now, your auto attack range is pretty good, but it's not so crazy that you're going to be as far away as you might think you will be when you start to see the moves on your second ability. So, Razor Leaf, I think, is going to be a really strong but very specific build path, and I'll talk more about that later. Your other option is Leaf Storm. Creates a tempest of sharp leaves, dealing damage to opposing Pokemon it hits, and decreasing their movement speed for a short time. At point-blank range, it also shoves the opposing Pokemon that it hits. So a little slow and a little bit of damage, and at point-blank, it does shove them. It's a decent shove, too. And we'll talk more about how this is going to synergize with some other things soon. Next, Spirit Shackle. It's actually, you start with Astonish. They just have this in the wrong rotation. I don't think they've updated it yet today, but Astonish is what you actually start with here. Deals damage to opposing Pokemon and decreases the movement speed for a short time. It's more of an escape tool than it is a damage or a chase down tool, but if you land it, you can certainly chase. But the slow is very short, so it's not like it's not as good for chasing somebody, in my opinion, as it is from trying to escape or build distance. So it upgrades level 8 to either Spirit Shackle or Shadow Sneak. Let's talk about Spirit Shackle first, which I know will be the popular. I just muted myself back. Sorry. I know it'd be the popular one because it's super, super fun, and it does a lot of damages. It's gonna be cool. All right. Spirit Shackle. If you've played League of Legends, think Varus. Charge is powerful. Charge is powerful is what this says, but it charges up before firing quills in the designated direction. Damage dealt by quills increases the longer power is charged, but movement speed is decreased while charging. If this move hits after the power charge to the maximum, it can stitch the opposing Pokemon's shadow to the ground. Woo! The affected Pokemon receives damage by moving a set distance from that location, and its movement speed is decreased for a short time. So it has a little bit of a slow in that way, but this is a mega long range. This is a sniper. This is a solar beam kind of feeling to it, and it's a lot of fun to hit. It's very satisfying. It goes through targets as well, which it doesn't say here, which is very important to know. All right, the other option is Shadow Sneak, which I see a lot of people saying Shadow Sneak's not great, and I don't think it's as powerful as Spirit Shackle is, but I think there's a way of playing it where it'll be good, and I'll talk about that soon. Creates a shadow that takes hold of one opposing Pokemon in the area of effect, dealing damage to it and decreasing its movement speed and defense for a short time. Also increase the user's movement speed for a short time. So you move a little bit faster, and you also decrease their movement speed and their defense. So it kind of gives you a little bit of like a stam in some way. You do more damage for a short period of time. So the Unite ability is pretty cool and very fun. Fires quills in designated direction. You can move it while it's firing. This is like I think Razor Leaf for Venusaur, but way longer, way more damage, and movable. This move ends by unleashing a particularly large quill that deals damage to all opposing Pokemon it hits. This move deals increased damage to the opposing Pokemon is remaining HP is low. While using this move, the user becomes immune to hindrances, but is unable to move. So you're a bit of a sitting duck here when you're in your Unite, and you're going to see that for sure. So about the stats now. Oh, pretty soft right here. I think Pikachu's up in like the 5,800 or 6,000. This is 5,152. That's really pretty low in terms of health pool. Not the highest attack either. Not a particularly great defense. Not a particularly great special defense. And, of course, not much attack. So this dude really is all about just putting down, stacking up, and then putting down damage over a long period of time. A little bit like a Cinderace, where the longer you're in a fight, the better off you're doing. And, again, Venusaur's like that too. An attacker role. It makes a lot of sense. So, but you definitely do not want to be up in people's faces with this Pokemon. You're going to get hit hard and fast, and you're going to cry. It's not going to be good, so don't do it. You want to. There is a couple ways of playing this though, and I want to show you that next. So what we're going to do now is jump into some practice. I'm going to tell you what I've learned and show you some of the item stuff as well. So let's go ahead and jump into some practice. Alrighty, so here we are real quick, just loading in here. I always suggest starting Leafage, and everybody in that area, though it kind of looks like there's a limit of the amount of what you can actually hit based upon those lines, there's not. Now what you're going to see immediately is that I have 4 stacks of something or another here, and it seems to be doing damage, isn't it? Look at that. Look at the damages I'm doing. Basically, this is what his passive attack is looks like. It just gives you extra hits here, and so making sure that's stacked while you go for this middle guy is very important. You do not want to be losing that stack. If you go too far, you're gonna have to build it back up. It's gonna lower a lot of your capabilities of knocking out some damage here. So you want to definitely keep it up as long as possible. If you're gonna jungle, you want to be jungling and kiting your camps into the next camp, kind of like something like this would be, so you can keep them up. Do you see how you can keep them up for a longer period of time there? All right, we're at level 4. Let's talk about damage. First, let's get myself all stacked up. 3, 4, and now I do doubles, triples even. But let's let it go. So this is one auto attack, 177. 177 there, 177 there. Now if you're able to stack it all the way up, it's 3 or 4 sets, I think, of 67. So you do more damage when you've got it stacked up, but it's in less chunks. I think this is something that makes the ability to reduce defense really powerful, because defense against 10 small attacks is more effective than defense against 3 large attacks. I don't know if that makes much sense, but damage reduction kind of works a little bit funny like that. Maybe I can actually show you on a mob here. So when we're just auto attacking, okay, well that one was a crit, but 124, right? That's what our auto attack damage is right here. And now it's 47, 47, 47. So if I was able to lower their defense, I'm lowering their defense for multiple hits if I'm hitting multiple times. So I think the lowering defense is really valuable here for us. So, all right, we've got our next evolution. We're level 5 now. That's our Astonish. Does a little bit of a slow, 1 second slow, 192 damage, not much. That was like 500 damage right there, Leafage at level 5. That's not where your damage is coming from. Your damage is going to come from your auto attacks. You're completely, really heavily auto attack dependent for those earlier levels. Now, we've picked up Spirit Shackle first, and Spirit Shackle is amazing. You're fully charged. You can keep holding it a little bit. Let it go. It did 1,532 damage. We upgraded it from something that did about 300 damage. 300 to 500 damage. Now, a couple levels later, 2 levels later, we can do 1,500. So, what I think is important to notice, if you look at the bottom right, though, people are always talking right now. They're saying, oh, it's going to be so great to have this guy with Razor Claw. Not with the Spirit Shackle build, because look, this is where I want to be with Spirit Shackle. And I need to be up there for Razor Claw. This is my Razor. Now, granted, your auto attack range is pretty good here when you've got your final evolution, but it's not. That's not where you're getting your damage from. It's not going to be from Razor Claw. So another interesting thing to watch here. Let's let this kind of reset real quick. Watch where the damage comes. It does more damage for the first one, but not the rest of those. So you got to be kind of careful here. With Razor Claw. I think the Razor Claw is possible, but I don't think that Spirit Shackle is a good build for it, which is kind of weird because what you do want is the ability with the Spirit Shackle is a lot of attack damage and a lot of damage on hit type stuff. I whiffed that one pretty hard, didn't I? All right, we get our next one. I think that the best combination here is going to be Spirit Shackle and also our Leaf Storm right there. So Leaf Storm pushes back, does some damage, and has a slow. Now, let's show you where the pushback is. So, first I want to see if we can actually proc this with the pushback. Yeah, we can. So, when it's right up on you, your Leaf Storm can push people back the entire length of that, and that's pretty important. That's a pretty good pushback right there. It's almost the entire length of your range, your auto attack range. So, I think Leaf Storm works really well with Spirit Shackle. With Spirit Shackle, you're not supposed to be up close to anybody. You're supposed to be way out there doing damage from far away. I think that for that reason, a Leaf Storm that's going to slow them down and push them away is really valuable here. So, let's go ahead and get our Unite move. Unite move is pretty cool, and I think it's a lot of fun. I think the Buddy Barrier is going to be a really good call here, because what you're going to notice as soon as I use this Unite move, I'll press and hold it. Good range. Look at that range. I can almost clear those A-Palms over there. A-Plumes? I don't remember right now. Anyway, there's a couple things important to remember. First thing, it doesn't go through targets like Spirit Shackle does. Okay? And the second thing is you cannot move. And you don't have a lot of health. You can be completely eaten right there. You know? You do a lot of damage. You do more damage as they get lower, but you can absolutely be eaten without the health from a Buddy Barrier. I think Buddy Barrier is a really good call if you're going to be anything that's not max range. If you're planning, which you kind of want to be, you want to be at least up here, but if you don't have a lot of other escapes, or if your team doesn't have a lot of peel, I think that you're really going to want that Buddy Barrier to keep you safe over a long period of time. Now, the other thing I wanted to show you, which I didn't before, is that you can actually move it using your left mouse button while it's going on, which is really good, really useful. You saw that final burst right there as well. So, a really good, versatile ultimate. I think that this ultimate is one of the better ones I've seen in that's been introduced. I think being able to kind of spin it around, it spins pretty fast, not super fast, but you can definitely take out multiple targets, multiple enemies at one time using this. So, and I think it only gets more powerful as you go along. I think that your big play here later on in late game, I mean, look at the crits. The crits are so satisfying here, and your attack speed is pretty significant. You're a melter when you're auto attacking, but if you're going to be playing Spirit Shackle, you want to be spending a lot more time further away. You saw it was what, about 2,500 right there? That's not too bad. Let's put it on something with a little bit more armor. I didn't see it. I was too far away. Let's try that one more time perhaps, but let's go over here. Use it over here. You want to be pretty close to max range. 1,900 health right there. So nearly 2,000 health right there on that guy. So you're definitely looking at a situation where if you're trying to play with the Spirit Shackle, which looks like it's a lot of fun, you want to be staying ranged. And so you're ranged. They're running into you. You're backing up, and then as they're leaving, you're gonna go ahead and try to snipe them out. Sniping is also potentially gonna force them to make a lot of bad moves. A lot of moves trying to dodge you when they probably should be running. Let your teammates or something catch up. But you can see here that you're really based upon auto attacks and single target with this build, and I think that's maybe what you want. Let's go ahead and look at the other builds though. So in this one, I've gone for a little bit of a different mentality, right? So for this one, I've actually put on a muscle band, which I think scope lens I think is really good here regardless. But I think muscle band might actually be something that with a particular build style might be a little bit better. We're going to go ahead and test out Razor Leaf. So first, let's just stack it up so you can kind of see what the difference is, right? So this is us right now just with our auto attacks. Now, I am going to be hitting a little bit faster because, like I said, I do have a muscle band on, which is going to make me hit, again, a little bit faster. Now, we're just going to go ahead and clear these guys real quick. We might wait for our stacks to fall down. Let's do that. Let's wait for our stacks to fall down. Razor Leaf is going to let us hit multiple targets, but I just want to look at the single target first. So here we are, getting our stacks up. Razor Leaf. Way faster. Multiple targets. I know people are gonna hate on this, I know it, but I think Razor Leaf is actually really, really strong. It's hard when you don't have multiple targets, but attack speed is such a big part of your kit here. And so we've picked up Shadow Sneak. Shadow Sneak's weird. It's tough to really understand it, but it kind of goes to the nearest enemy, it seems. You can maybe target the enemy as well, and it makes you go a little bit faster. The speed difference is not significant in my opinion, but it's better than nothing in a lot of ways. Oh, look at that. Not bad. Notice that it didn't target the creep. It looks for the closest thing that's an actual target. I like that. It would really suck if it started just targeting creeps, but you can't use it to last hit. It wouldn't be very good at last hitting. Shoots over there, a little bit of damage and a little bit of hindrance length. But the biggest thing, I think, is the fact that it gives you movement speed away, right? It gives you the ability to kind of increase the speed of which you're going around the map. And so this is what I think the build path is. This is what I think you would use this for, right? Your plan right here, if you're going this build, is going to be to find yourself, stack up, and find yourself in the middle of a fight. I should have not stacked right there. Can I keep it? Nope. I'm trying to show you guys on the bees here. Not the bees! So Shadow Sneak's not going to help us here, but it will still give us the speed boost. So we would speed boost, and then we would do something like this, where you're just doing massive amounts of AoE damage. And that's kind of the build path that you would use this for. Now, you wouldn't run through the middle of an enemy team necessarily, but if you're able to stay on the edge of the enemy team, using your Razor Leaf, I think, to keep your auto attacks flowing between them while you're kind of defending yourself and staying in a place where you have an extra amount of somewhere to move back to, I think, is exactly how this play should go. Because when you're within range of all these other guys, you're auto-attacking for all of them. You can put down a lot of damage. But I don't think having the ability to... the other thing you could take with this build would be your snipe. I don't see why the snipe would be useful here. So, or I'm sorry, Shadow Sneak instead of snipe. You could take this... So you could have Razor Leaf and the snipe, but... I don't think that they synergize well together when you're so squishy. I think you're going to want something that's either move speed or consistent, reliable slow. And I think that this works very nicely as is. So I think these are your two build paths right here. I think that you have the choice of one or the other. And let's go all the way over here and just hit this Dreadnought. See how much damage we do to that Dreadnought. Yeah, that was pretty funny. We literally did over half of Dreadnought's total health. Look at it. Look, I'm literally farming multiple lanes at once right now using this. Let's see if I can finish them off. trying to use this, trying to hit both at the same. You do have to have vision. That's definitely good to know. So there you go. I think that those are your 2 build paths. You're either going for an auto attack based one. If you're going to go for an auto attack based one, I think there's specific items you'd be better with, or you're going to go for your snipe and your crit. I think those are your 2 plays here. Either way, you want to make sure that you're keeping your hands at least by an ability to escape. But I must say, I think that this is a lot of fun for an attacker, the ability to have such a good team fight. Team fights are huge in this game. In fact, that's basically half of what the end game is. And so I think that really can make a difference for certain players. So depending on your play style and depending on what you want from your game. So let's go ahead, talk about some items outside of this, and then go ahead and get into some gameplay from some Masters players. All right, here we are looking at held item score shield for Decidueye. Probably not great. I don't see Decidueye being able to get a lot of value from a lot of the other stackable score stuff. Score shield is normally pretty good, but I think there's so many better options here for Decidueye. I wouldn't go score shield here. AOS Cookie, no. Attack weight, probably not. Again, you're playing in the lane, but I don't see you getting enough value from score shield and attack weight compared to some of the other ones. I think attack weight's reasonable though. Special attack specs, not at all. Please don't even try. Muscle band. Muscle band is, I think, an under-repped anymore item, but I think is actually really good, especially if you're gonna go for the Razor Leaf. Muscle band plus Razor Leaf, because Razor Leaf makes you do more auto attacks to more people, right, and do them faster. Muscle band makes you attack faster and they do damage based upon remaining HP. I think that in a team fight scenario, your max amount of mana, the most damage you could do as a Decidueye, I think includes Muscle Band and Razor Leaf. I really do. Scope Lens, I think, is really, really good here for Decidueye. I think usable on both build paths because crit's really nice, and you do crit quite a bit, and you're auto attacking a lot. I think this is reasonable for both build paths. I think perhaps a little bit stronger for more of that bursty range kind of build path, but I think Scope Lens is definitely usable either way. Shell Bell, please no. Wise Glasses, heck no. Energy Amplifier. I saw people talking about Energy Amplifiers. Like, this is a really good one. I don't really agree. I tested it out, and your ult does about 10,000 health, depending when you're close to it, and more when you're further away. Energy Amplifier does give that about 15% more. But it doesn't go through people. Your ult doesn't go through people. I don't think you're going to spend enough time ulting. I could be wrong, but I don't think you're going to spend enough time ulting for that to be really, really worth it for you. Is it usable? I'd say yes. Probably more usable with that longer range build that we were talking about, using Spirit Shackle as a sniping tool, and then just basically stealing XP with it, staying back in the background, charging your Unite move, and then using it frequently. There's a play there, but I definitely think that's where it's kind of situational. I don't think it's good for most or all games. Razor Claw is another one. I saw people going, it's going to be so great with Razor Claw. Razor Claw does give you crit, which is cool. But as you kind of saw, Razor Claw doesn't really give you a lot of benefits otherwise because you have a bit of a long cooldown. You don't have multiple cast moves. Something like a Zeora where you're casting multiple times is really pretty good for you to have a Razor Claw. Something like an Absol where you can get multiple casts of it within a single set is really good. Razor Claw here, I don't think so. You have longer cooldowns than that. Choice Specs, no. If I see you with Choice Specs, I might jump through your screen and hit you in the face. So don't do that. Focus Band is pretty good on everybody. It's reasonable here. I would put in my lower tier. If you find yourself getting popped a lot, maybe it's time for a Focus Band. Focus Band is really good. So I think if you're going to go for an example, the Razor Leaf Shadow build, where you're using the Shadow in order to have a slow and an escape for yourself, and Razor Leaf to do your damage. Focus Band makes a lot of sense there to me, because you're playing up closer than you would with more of a snipe and ultimate-based build. Rocky Helmet, never. Assault Vest, please don't make me cry. Weakness Policy, again, one of those where there's a build here. There's legitimately a build here with the Weakness Policy. But even when you're fully stacked, you're not going to be able to increase the amount of damage that you're doing enough to compensate for the fact that you really shouldn't be taking that much damage. You're kind of squishy. Now, if you wanted to build more of a tank build and put weakness policy on there and become a bruiser, I think there's a way to do it, but it's not optimal, and it's probably going to get you laughed at. Leftovers, why? Why do you even exist, leftovers? Floatstone is good. Floatstone is just always good. The movement speed is really good for this guy. It lets him get around the map really good, really quickly. I think there's better options, but I think Floatstone's completely reasonable here for Decidueye. One thing to keep in mind, you don't fight with Floatstone on. Floatstone's good for getting to a place, not as good for once you're there. But you could certainly do a build path with a very roaming heavy, attacking from the bushes Decidueye, where you're running halfway up through mid and then shooting a bolt. You know, there's plays with Floatstone here that could be very cool. Buddy Barrier, I actually really like Buddy Barrier here. I think in a lot of cases you're going to want it. You are completely immobile. You can cancel your ult, but you're completely immobile, and canceling that ult would really suck. You're almost better off just letting your shield tank it while you hit somebody else not in front of you with your ult or something. I think the HP is really good too, just because you have so little to start with. I think Buddy Barrier, which is always good on everybody, is yet again good here. So, XP share, don't make me laugh. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's our look at that. In terms of use items, I think that battle items, potion I don't like still. X attack, maybe. It could be fun. Like before an ultimate, you could probably do some pretty dangerous damage with an ultimate on X attack. But I gotta tell you, you're squishy as heck. You die within no time. You really should be bringing an eject button. You don't have an escape, so you can't bring a full heal. You have some movement speed, but not like a Ziora has an escape or an Absol can jump out of there. I think you're using a eject button 9 times out of 10. Okay. Fluffy Tail, probably not great. I mean, there's a play with Fluffy Tail becoming a jungler and just using your ult thing, your snipe and your ult to get to secure. But I think basically you're looking at eject button. Secondary is probably X attack, then potion, then maybe speed. Yeah, that's about it. Probably stick with eject, guys. All right, let's get in there and watch some pros play this game the way that only pros really can. Alrighty, everybody, we're playing with some YouTubers here. Well, we're watching some YouTubers play. They're way better than I am. We've got Donatello YouTube here on Decidueye, Caillou YouTube with Ziora. Go tell them hi, maybe. I don't know. Maybe they're awesome. Who knows? Cramoran here, Alagashi, SC LeBron, SC Matsu, and then we're also facing against. I say facing, but you know they're no worse than us. I don't have a team necessarily, but we do have in this game 2 Decidueyes, and that's what we're looking for here. Donatello YouTube, show us what it is. Going for the jungle. Let's check in on the other one. 3 people bot down here, and Crustle top. I think that sounds reasonable, and then Donatello in the jungle here. That looks like it's taking you a bit of time. You're already on your... Yeah, you're waiting for your other one. Yeah, I'm not surprised it's a slower jungle, but I bet it... Now, you... Kite him back. Donatello, you got to keep it stacked. You got to keep it stacked. There you go. I love it. Good move right there. Really happy with that play. That's a smart play right there. Oh, a little bit of a bump right there, but it's not too bad at all. He's going to lose his stacks here. I guess he's trying to gank top. I don't know why he went that way instead of going top first, but I like that play overall. Down here in the bot, they're just kind of doing some farming stuff. 3 and 3 in bot here, so 2 solo tops. We got ourselves a Crustle top, TTV Fontana, and then a Caillou YouTube. Up here on the Ziora. We got a lot of influencers here today. I think they're all trying to test out the new Pokemon. So, Donatello here. Donalito. Currently waiting in the bush to see if he can make something happen. And we're going for mid now. Let's see. A lot of stuff gathered by Orange Team, it looked like right there. A lot more from Orange Team. And then a lot of poking happening from our Decidueye, but not enough to... Ooh. Look to the right, dude. There you go. There you go, my friend. You should have pushed that way harder. You're so much stronger, so much HP. There you go. Push it. Speed up. Go. He messed it up. Fight that guy. Fight him. Nicely done. Okay, good stuff. Meanwhile, down here in bot, Fem is having a pretty hard time getting XP. And really, they should be giving him XP. There you go. Oh, I was going to get really sad right there. No, don't do it. Oh, you have a teammate. You have a teammate. I like it. Pull up, pull up. There you go. There you go. Nicely done. A really good rotation here. And now it's time to go. I don't know if it's going to be enough, my dude. Ooh, big hit there. The flash with the hits. More hits coming down. Meanwhile, tell me you're getting something bot. Tell me you're getting something bot. Yes, you are. You're getting dunk spot. Down at 17 left right there. Nicely done. I think that even though there was a wipe in a lot of ways on those guys in bot there, or the guys who rotated and made that steal, look at them now. Look at them dominating here, getting points in, multiple scores, and really getting a lot of damage down on that turret. I think Purple did a really good job with that. That invasion pulled multiple players off bot lane and gave him a really good chance. Ooh, top not looking too good right now. And this guy, TTV Fontana, whoo, you're doing a lot of work, my friend. You're doing a lot of work up there in the top lane. They cleared out, and Ziora unable to kind of keep it. Pretty close game overall. Caillou is using Spark, which I don't like, but I understand it. Here on Purple Team, Donatello. How you doing, Donatello? You're doing fine. And man, I wouldn't mind. You should go ahead and try to steal this, dude. You do a lot more burst damage than that guy does. That's for sure. Nicely done, Donatello. Oh, he's doing Razor. He's got the Razor Leaf. I think that is totally the right play. The less interesting, perhaps, but the right play. Nicely done. Look at the damage. The DPS done was insane there. A good amount of movement speed, and Dreadnought does attract. It does attract the shadow. That's very cool to see. Now, Snorlax, you got to try, man. Okay, that was his big damage. Yep, nicely done. Nice and cleanly done. Eldegoss just trying to maybe stop whatever he can here. Did Ziora die again or something? No, Ziora's bot. Why is the Eldegoss the only one trying to? I mean, I guess they got two supports, so whatever. Nice damage done, but goodness me, Talonflame is still a Talonflame. Oh, a lot of damage coming out. They're all going Razor Leaf. I'm so glad people have realized the Razor Leaf is good. I'm so glad that the high elo is using Razor Leaf, guys. I understand that the snipes are fun. I bet that they're so much fun when you get a couple good ones in a row. But Razor Leaf, I think, really, truly is going to be your best bet in the long run. All right. I wish I could see their items and stuff like that, you know? But look at that. I think he's got a scope lens on. I can't be sure of anything else. Just he's critting an awful lot. Cramorant, you're in trouble now, my dude. Oh, they ate him. Nicely done. Nicely done by Orange Team there, because the alternative was definitely their Decidueye dying. So we got Donatello YouTube just kind of clearing out a little bit right now. Looks like the main mobs do actually pull the shadow. That's pretty interesting to know. Hasn't scored any Donatello, but has definitely put some good damage down. Over here, enemy team, what are you doing there, buddy? LeBron, you're really going hard, my dude. Going hard, man. Come on, this ain't no championship game. You don't need to go so hard. Up here, we have Ziora struggling for sure right now. And Cramorant wants another one. Cramorant's like, I am top. I do Rotom. We're at the point now where we're not seeing everybody rotate south, right? We're not seeing everybody go to these Dreadnoughts and stuff. So, man, Donatello, what's your play here, my dude? You going to give up top? Because that's what it looks like with that Crustle. Dunking up top. Crustle getting a ton of pressure. He's going to go for Rotom, and I don't blame him at all. I really think he's doing a really good job of playing that game the way that he needs to. You used your Razor Leaf way too soon, my dude. That's not a good play. And he's going to get eat. Oh, he's got the buddy barrier. He's got the buddy barrier. Oh, man. And he's able. Look at that. Look how much damage he did right there. Oh, I paused. I don't want to be 2 times or 4 times or 8 times. 1 time is fine. Ah, I missed so much. Okay, so it looks like the Decidueye is now dead. Overstayed the welcome, it looks like. Ziora, good kill. Ultimate right there. Ziora's going to clean up right there. Well done, Ziora, coming down here, taking care of business. Meanwhile, in top lane, Eldegoss is like, guys, can we please stop this Crustle from eating everything? And it's like, no, man. I'm not worried about no Crustle. I'm just worried about getting myself back up to my ultimate in time. Danilito there with the ultimate really saved him. Got a lot of pressure, a lot of damage done on that Talonflame. But a good example, if you saw, when Talonflame came in, it almost one-shot him. Seriously, Decidueye is so squishy. I really think Buddy Barrier is a great call. I really do. I don't know what else was in there. I don't know if there was a amplifier or not, but we're watching Donatello now. 50 points, none scored. this dude though. Man, this Crustle just doing Crustle things. You know a Crustle's a good Crustle when they just do Crustle things the whole time. He just takes stuff. I think he even brought in what's it called? Yeah, look at that. Dunks happening way on their backmost line. I think they're thinking to themselves, we can't stop this. We're going to get some pressure here, which I don't blame them for doing at this point. There's 2 back. You got a lot of points to dunk, but you need to get it in. You need to get it in, whether it's ults or whatever. If you're going to make this play, you need to get it in. They got nothing. What are you doing? They all backed. They had 2 options there. Option number 1 was to stick it up, get a dunk, and kill a bunch, wipe them, and then dunk basically 150 points or so. And the other option was going to be to back before they even went for that fight. And they kind of did none. They kind of like messed around, played a little bit of both ends. Talonflame using ult is probably good for the purple team here, but this is what it's all about. Purple team, you got to be positioning yourself better than this. Oh, they're just focusing. They're just focusing. Right side team gets it, man. And nothing is able to be done here by Danilito. I think it's an easy game here for Orange team. What, are you going to let them do that and you're going to go back? Oh, Donatello. It didn't work out for you, my dude. And I don't know what your plan was. It's still up. He had only 40 points, my dude. There was no way that was coming up in time. Oh, man. I feel kind of bad for him. I don't think he saw it. Man, what was that? That was like multiple settings, basically. Maybe he had all those. Maybe he had sparks in there too, or something. He was basically unbeatable for a long time. Spark is pretty cool. I gotta give it some honest vibe there. But nice done, Cramorant, doing Cramorant things. Danilito, what you got? We got this guy down in there. We got a fight going right here. Nicely done. I think this Zora is actually really pretty good. Everybody's back, and they're just going to sit there and wait. And I don't blame them. Nicely done. Oh, no kill. No kill. But I'm definitely surprised, and happily so. Let's check this out. Looks like he's kicking some butt. With the prolificness of Razor Leaf, I think it's a good call. Razor Leaf is really good. Excuse me. And, goodness, stop, Skim. Razor Leaf, I think, is probably the most damage you can do. I think some really fun stuff is available if you're willing to go lose some of the damage, but instead... Oh, my God! Nearly one shot. Nearly one shot. I wish I could see where he's aiming, man. Nearly got one shot by Cramorant. Guys, you're going to have to be really careful here playing. Okay, so here's what I learned there. Razor Leaf looks like it's the highest DPS, and I'm not surprised. It's probably the best one to go with. I think that having the ability to snipe stuff halfway across the map is incredibly fun. I think there's some really cool things you can do with some vision, maybe a float stone, and just running back and forth. But all said and done, guys, I think we saw the build path. I think it's funny that that's one that I recommended. A lot of the guides I've been seeing online have been saying the opposite, but they've been saying Spirit Shackle and the Leaf Push. But I gotta tell you, I think that your best DPS is definitely going to be Razor Leaf, and then your ability to throw out the Shadow in order to give yourself some movement speed and control some distancing. So I think that's your best play there. Using Spirit Shackle to get awesome cross-map snipes, I think could be a lot of fun. It felt weaker, though, I think, than I would have hoped. I think that it's going to be situationally good. Whereas, like, Lethality, Varus in League of Legends would, like, one-shot people occasionally. I don't think Spirit Shackle is going to be doing that. I say avoid Razor Leaf. I'm sorry, a Razor Claw. I don't see it being very useful. Buddy Bear nearly 100% I think is great. And I think otherwise increasing your attack speed or your crit besides Razor Claw I think is pretty good. And Leftovers is probably pretty good too. All right. Hopefully you guys learned something and enjoyed. We'll see you guys next time. Peace out.